On March 24, 2015, a normal flight disappeared from radar while flying over the French Alps. What happened next shocked the entire world. Please subscribe if you love real aviation stories. This one will leave you speechless. At 9:30 in the morning, Germanwings Flight 9525, an Airbus A320, was flying from Barcelona to Düsseldorf. Everything seemed normal. The captain spoke to air traffic control and received a new flight instruction. But just a few minutes later, something strange happened. The plane started going down, slowly at first, but it was not supposed to. It was 20 feet lower than it should have been. Air traffic control tried to contact the pilots. No one answered. They kept trying for several minutes on different radios, even with help from other aircraft. Still, there was no reply. Then, at 9:40, radar contact was lost. 1 minute later, the plane crashed into a mountain in the French Alps. It was a remote area with no roads, so rescue teams had to use helicopters. What they found was heartbreaking. Tiny pieces of the plane spread all over the mountain. No one survived. The black boxes were found within a week. They were damaged but still readable. What investigators discovered was terrifying. The crash was not an accident. It was done on purpose by someone inside the cockpit. Right after the plane reached cruising altitude, the captain left the cockpit to use the bathroom. While he was out, the co-pilot changed the autopilot to start a slow descent. When the captain returned, the door was locked. He called, he knocked, but no one opened the door. After 2001, cockpit doors were made very strong to stop hijackers. To get in, you need to use a keypad and enter a code. If no one answers, the door unlocks in 30 seconds, unless the person inside turns the lock to LOK. That stops anyone from entering, no matter what. The co-pilot had used this setting. The captain tried everything. He called again and again. At 9:39 AM, the cockpit voice recorder captured loud banging. He was trying to break the door down. But the door was made to survive bombs and bullets. There was no way in. The plane kept descending. Everyone on board understood what was happening, and no one could stop it. All 150 people on board died, 144 passengers, 4 cabin crew, and both pilots. Among them were 16 school children returning from a trip. The Captain Patrick Sonnenheimer was a 34-year-old father of 2. He spent his final moments trying to save the plane. After the crash, his wife started a foundation to help children deal with grief and loss. The co-pilot was Andreas Lubitz, just 27 years old. He had always dreamed of flying. His room was filled with posters of planes. He joined Lufthansa's flight school after high school, but during training he had serious depression. He was treated and later allowed to continue. But then, while applying to fly in the United States, he lied about his mental health. That is a crime. But he was given another chance after telling the truth. He joined Germanwings in 2013, but in 2014 his condition got worse. He believed he was going blind and visited many doctors. They found nothing physically wrong, but one doctor said he might be developing psychosis. Another told him to go to a mental hospital. He did not listen. In early 2015, he received more sick notes saying he should not work, but he did not tell anyone at Germanwings. 4 days before the crash, he looked up how the cockpit door works. On the flight to Barcelona, he tested the descent settings when the captain was outside. On the return flight, he used it to bring the plane down. How did this happen? Pilots must pass medical exams, but mental health is harder to detect. Airlines trust pilots to be honest about their health. But Lubitz hid the truth. His doctors could have told the airline if they thought he was a danger to others, but none of them did. Maybe they did not think he would hurt anyone, or maybe they were afraid of breaking privacy laws. In Germany, medical privacy is taken very seriously. This was one of aviation's saddest days. It showed how serious mental health issues can be and how important it is to speak up when something feels wrong. We hope this never happens again.